How often do you think of the drive? Do you ever think about that? I mean, you ever sit around just thinking about one of your great moments in the history of the game? You ever think about that, John?
Yeah, you know what, Rich? Kind of the fun thing about this whole thing of being quarantined at home is, and not any live TV, is there's been a lot more, things on TV from the past, a lot more older NFL games.
Right.
I was able to see the drive game and take a peek at it. Yeah, I think about it. I mean, that was probably, other than the Super Bowl, was the biggest game of my life, just in the fact that that was one that put me on the map, and especially with everything. It was in my fourth year, and everything that I'd gone through as far as with the draft and getting traded to Denver, and so, and struggling my first year. And so to be able to continue to get better, and then finally in the fourth year be able to have the drive and be able to do that and get the win in overtime really kind of put me on the map.
Right.
And so from that point on, it was about trying to chase those Super Bowls down. But, the drive will always be, right there at the top as far as games that I played, just because of what it did for me.
I'm mandated to ask you, when you watched the drive again just recently, what did you learn anything? Did you forget anything? Did you pick something up? What'd you get from that?
It's funny. I can still remember what I was thinking when I watched the game, and I can still remember each play and what I was thinking afterwards, and how the whole thing presented. Now, I don't remember each play once we get into overtime.
Sure.
But I was able to, and it is exciting to watch because I think probably the last time I saw that was 10, 15 years ago. And so, you kind of go back and you relive it. And I'm going to almost be 60-year-old. I'll be 60 years old this year. And so to be able to look back at that, now it's getting to the point, was that really me? Just because it's getting to be so much, so long ago. But, what it does is it makes you want to play again. And, wish you had that 25, 30-year-old body to be able to go do that.
Helps to know the ending, too, though, right?
Oh, it does. There's no question. Yeah, it's a real positive. But, at the time, it's not nearly as much fun at the time as it is looking back when you're almost 60.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the ratings for this right here in front of me. They didn't watch it in Cleveland. That's odd. They just turned the television sets off, John.
Yeah, that was, Rich, I remember that was a loud stadium, and they were playing great. They had a great football team.
They did.
Old Cleveland Municipal with the baseball, and it was a dark, dreary day. It was cold. I think it was around 10 degrees. It was kind of damp and wet. And kind of one of those old things that when I was watched, I look back at when Jim Brown was playing and those guys were playing. That's what kind of, I look back at that now, it's the same look, except it's me playing. And so, it's just a great memory, and just the way it all came about to where, we walked out of that place and it was there. You could hear a penny drop on the ground. It was so quiet. And so, and unfortunately 2 out of the next 3 years, we were able to beat them here in Denver in the AFC Championship game. So, they've always it's been a nemesis for them. We've been a nemesis for them for a long time.
You could say that again. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.